All right, let's talk about something absolutely incredible. I'm talking about a defense force that's living inside of you right now. It's highly intelligent, it learns, and it's the main reason we can all survive in a world that's just teeming with invisible threats. This is your adaptive immune system.
So here's a thought for you. Have you ever wondered why you get something like chickenpox once and then you're pretty much done with it? Well, that's not just luck. It's a feature. It's your body learning, remembering, and building a custom-made defense against every single enemy it's ever fought.
Okay, so to really get this, you have to know that our body's defense system has two main branches. You can think of it like this. You've got your general frontline soldiers holding the line, and then you have this elite squad, the special forces, that you call in for the really specific, really tough missions. So on the one hand, you've got your innate immunity. This is your front line. They're super fast, they're always ready, and they'll attack basically anything that looks foreign. But they don't have a memory. And on the other hand, the real focus for us today is the adaptive immunity. These are your special forces. Now, they might be a little slower to get going the first time, but they are incredibly precise. And their greatest power? They never, ever forget an enemy. So who are the soldiers in this elite squad? Let's meet the key players. Each one has a very specific job, and they all work together in this beautifully coordinated attack. First up, you've got the scouts. These are your antigen-presenting cells, or APCs for short. Their mission is to patrol your body, find an invader, and grab a piece of its uniform, a little molecule we call an antigen. Then they race that piece of intel back to headquarters to show the commanders what the enemy looks like. And running the whole show? Those are your helper T cells. They're the commanders. They take the intel from the scouts, and they make the plan. They release these chemical signals, kind of like signal flares, called cytokines, which basically tell everyone else what to do, activating and directing the entire attack. Then you've got the B cells, and these guys are basically walking weapons factories. As soon as a helper T cell gives them the go-ahead, they start cranking out millions and millions of these little targeted missiles called antibodies. These antibodies then flood your system, hunting down invaders and tagging them for destruction. But what happens when the bad guys are already inside the house? What about invaders like viruses that hijack your own cells? Well, that's when you call in the assassins, these cytotoxic T cells. Their specialty is hunting down your body's own infected cells, the ones that have been turned into virus factories, and taking them out to stop the infection from spreading any further.
So, with all these different specialists on the team, the system can launch two totally different kinds of attacks, each one perfectly designed for where the enemy is hiding.
The first strategy is called humoral immunity. This is the B cells game. They use antibodies to fight enemies that are floating around outside of our cells, like bacteria in your bloodstream. The second strategy is cell-mediated immunity. This is the job for the cytotoxic T cells. They're designed to eliminate threats that are already inside our cells, like those virus-infected ones we just talked about. But here's the thing. All of this, as amazing as it is, would be half as powerful without the adaptive system's absolute superpower. The very reason you don't get chickenpox twice, its incredible lifelong memory. And this chart right here, it just lays it all out. Look at the difference. That first time you meet a pathogen, the primary response, it's slow, it's kind of weak. That's when you actually get sick. But look at the secondary response. The next time you see that same enemy, the reaction is lightning fast and way more powerful. So much so that you usually don't even feel a thing. And this shows you exactly why that happens. After that first fight, your body creates these veteran cells, long-lived memory B and T cells, and they stick around for years, sometimes your whole life. So when they see that same bad guy again, they don't need a new briefing. They launch a massive counterattack almost immediately, wiping out the threat before it even gets a chance to take hold. So that first fight is always the toughest, right? Well, what if we could give our immune system a training session, a practice run, without any of the actual danger? Well, you know what? That is exactly what a vaccine does. The genius of vaccination is that it shows your immune system a harmless piece of the enemy. Think of it like showing them a wanted poster instead of letting the actual criminal loose. Your elite forces see this intel, they run a full-scale training exercise, and they create that all-important database of memory cells. So if the real bad guy ever shows up, your body is already prepped and ready to launch that super fast, super powerful secondary response and win the fight before it even starts. Okay, so let's wrap this up. When you boil it all down, this whole incredible system is built on 4 fundamental pillars that make it one of the most sophisticated pieces of biology out there.
It's all about these 4 things. First, you got specificity. Every response is custom built for one and only one enemy. Second, memory. It never forgets a face, which gives you that long-lasting protection. Third is diversity. It has the potential to recognize literally millions of different invaders. And finally, and this one is so important, self-tolerance. It has the wisdom to know the difference between an enemy and you, so it doesn't attack your own healthy cells. So think about it. This system inside you is constantly protecting, adapting, and remembering throughout your entire life. It is the ultimate learning machine, always evolving to face whatever comes next. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? With this incredible power to learn, what new threats is your immune system getting ready to defeat right now?